What's up, Betty? How's it
What's
going,
up,
man?
Sons?
How's
First
your
of
week
all,
been?
I want to start out with a happy birthday, bro, because even though we
Hey,
got a
man.
time difference, I waited all day to do this. I even didn't text you.
Yeah, man.
Just like I
That's
said.
true. Hey, I appreciate that, man. That's much love right there.
But what's up, everybody? This is the Optical Bros Podcast, episode 5. This time I got it right. Haha. We got my boy Obi-Wan Sassones and Benny the self-identified Anunnakian.
No,
So,
man, you don't let that go, man. Every
I'm
episode,
not. Every episode till
I'm gonna
people
break
get
that
on the
down for
train.
you, man. It's gonna mess you up. Nope,
Nah, listen, it's my
telling you,
roots. That's all I know.
that's not your roots, bro.
Anywho,
Anywho, yeah, let's move on.
this week we was gonna do a little bit of talking about since that debate went on, and Chris is a little bit more into politics than I am. Like y'all
Yeah,
know,
you
my
don't follow
background was Jehovah's
politics much
Witness.
at all, man.
Nah,
Yeah.
not really. Until
Well, let's
unless they
touch
doing
about that
something
for a
good.
second. Well, because you and I used to debate about that at work, and we used to sit there and go
Uh-huh.
back and forth because you would not get involved. You had some certain stances that was just like, yo, where are you getting this from? And so, are you starting to get into politics a little bit now, or are you just still not trying to be bothered with it?
Nah, I don't really care about it. Like I wait. It's funny. I like watching I like the debates because it's funny how they get so petty. But overall, nah,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Because me personally, to me, the president do have power. Don't get me wrong, he does. But that's not where all it. Most of it is in the Senate and all that other stuff that people don't realize. Like they think it's just the president, but you got the smaller. They got to go through the
So
chain,
you
the
don't think
chain
there's
before it even make it to my man.
so you don't think that
Nah,
there's
that's why.
can't even get a question out, man. You cut me off. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. You
Well,
did what
because I
said
was
it. You
gonna
did what the
say,
House of Representatives.
yeah, when I learned that was when Obama got in office. Remember, he was a Democrat president and he had a Republican House or something, and they couldn't agree on nothing. And I remember, only reason why I remember that is because by around that time I was in the Bible, and you remember it was saying that if you have two houses that's divided or something, it'll fall. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what your scripture you're talking about.
Am I
Yeah.
saying it wrong? Oh,
No,
okay,
house
yeah.
itself
But what was your question?
against itself will not stand. Yeah, understood. Yeah, but
Yeah, so me, I
wow.
don't having the two parties to me is kind of garbage, low key. I'm not gonna lie, because this is the funny thing. When I was younger, I would say I was a legit Democrat. You know what I mean? Because I didn't really understand it. But then as I got older and I started paying bills and I started paying taxes, I
Oh, yo.
slowly but surely started leaning
So
towards this Republican thing
when it started hitting your
because
pocket, that's when you started going,
yeah,
"Hey, I'm a
man.
Republican."
When I look when I won't seize no benefits, man, it's like
Yes, everybody's
the
gonna turn
crazy thing
Republican.
is, like, don't get me wrong. Anybody that need the help is cool, but it's just the ones that abuse it is what irritates me, bro. Because I
No,
don't
no,
get it, man.
you talking about using the system?
Yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah,
that was like when we used to work at our last job. I did not have no problem help doing those Lion Club things. But the moment it got to where people was abusing the
abusing the
system, I
system.
stopped like doing it. Yeah.
I hear you.
Like
No, and unfortunately, we live in an age where people don't want to go to work and make things happen for themselves. They rather manipulate the system. I think is a better way to looking at it. Um, that used to chap my heart. I ain't gonna lie. I can't stand people who manipulate it, and it because to me it takes from people who actually need it. You don't. You just you're
yeah,
not
like
invalid. You can go work, but
bro,
you're taking it from kids that need this service, and that man, that almost made me lose it. I'm like, that's just selfish to me, because I know a lot of kids who struggle in school because they can't see. And they're not communicating, and the teachers don't know until they go through these screenings, and you and I both know how that works. And then you got these people
yeah.
coming in who are expecting $200-300 pair of glasses because it's a free pair, and it don't work like that. No, that's not how the system works with this when we're trying to help kids see. You know, but yeah, that's I
Exactly.
understand that completely. But you have systems that are set up that if they know how to ride the system, they will continually ride the system. And then you have people who are struggling, they're working, they have two family incomes coming in, and they still can't make ends meet, but we can't qualify for that help, you know. And I'm sure we speak for a lot of
Yeah.
people out there that are going through that, you know. So I paid a lot more attention to the political arena because of what I've seen going back to the Bushes, you know, and then you had Clinton, and then you had, you know, everything else come up, and Obama to me was a disaster, you know, and then now you have Biden, who's worse, the worst president in my opinion, and everybody else's opinion in history. You know, it's just crazy the things that he's done, and it keeps, you know. Then you had the debate that happened, and everybody's been screaming, "Look, this dude is not altogether there." And no, it's just an attack. You're just attacking him. No, this dude is not there. And as you know, this is supposed to be the leader of our nation, and he can't even finish a sentence. You know, that to
I
me
pulled a
is like a
Sleepy Joe on
scary
him. It's like,
thing.
nah.
But no, he pulled a Sleepy Joe. But you know, but Trump had me crying. I am not lying. When he sat there and said, "Look, I don't know what he said. I don't think he knows what he said either." I almost fell off the couch.
Man,
I
I ain't
almost
gonna
died.
lie.
I was like, that was funny. That was
I
like the
didn't
sound of the night.
I didn't really I couldn't really tell the difference between the parties until you had somebody like Trump. Because I'm not gonna lie, like everybody else at the beginning, I won't for him, man. Like I was like, there ain't no shot, my man's he gonna do anything. But hey, don't nobody get mad at me. But I felt like my man's was doing his thing, like only
Yeah,
because the only thing people didn't like about him was he didn't talk that political talk.
you
Like
right. He did it.
he just straight up and told you.
He
Like,
just showed him.
and I ain't gonna lie,
It was like watching
that's
episode
how he won me
100.
over.
Yep, he was real.
Like he was super real, man. And it's because it's crazy because you got this old dementia dude who we call a pred. See, I ain't gonna lie. The moment they elected this dude, right? The moment he got
Yep.
elected, I was like, yeah, we ain't got no shot. Like there's no way. Like
Yeah. There was too
we
many
didn't
things there.
screen this. There's not supposed to be like
We
a
didn't
health
screen him to make
a
sure he
health
went.
check you supposed to do. Like, bro,
Bro, let me tell you something.
even when they was getting drafted, bro, they still screened you. So if you was like if you couldn't go, you just couldn't go. You know what I mean?
It's like,
Like
yo,
this
that's
is
true. It was, but the thing what messed me up the most, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that I started asking a whole lot of questions, is when I started seeing pictures of Biden before and pictures of him now. The dude don't even look the same. It's like that's not the same guy. Something's not right here. I mean, his nose don't look right. His ears are wrong. His chin line, his forehead, everything about how Biden used to look like and compared to what he's looking like now, it's like there's no way that somebody can change physical features like that unless I'm just like missing it. I don't get it. I was like,
you can if you're
give
that
up.
old. Nah, you're there when you're that old. I'm telling you, his body's just falling apart, bro. His
That much,
skin,
man.
his meat is
Yo,
falling off, bro.
I've seen
Like
people.
it's sad,
Like,
and
it is sad.
what makes it
I
sad
it's
is
sad.
because it's sad because we're just normal folks, man, and we're the ones that suffer. Because I ain't gonna lie, bro, nothing's more irritating. We try to go get. I remember you used to be able to go to the grocery store and you can get $25 and get you a
Preach
meal,
it,
bro.
brother.
We don't.
Preach it.
Every time we go now, bro, it is a
Yep.
minimum 50 bones. Every
I'm
time we
telling
go,
you,
simple
every
meal,
time.
50 bones, and I'm like, this is kind of crazy. And then even with gas, even though I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how gas is over there. What's gas
Oh, it's
looking like
about
over there?
four. I think yesterday, 4.49 a gallon.
Whew,
Yeah,
whew. See,
exactly.
we
And you
rocking
gonna tell me
three,
it's better under
but
Biden?
even
Yeah. See,
no,
y'all can't. This
and
is one
then
thing. Let me say this real quick, and I'll let you finish your thought. You can't keep
no, you good,
lying
go
to the
ahead.
American people, and you can't keep lying to people to their face and saying it's better when it's not. You can't tell us that the border is secure when they're slaughtering people, they're killing people, they're destroying families by doing what they're doing to kids and all that kind of stuff. The sex trafficking is just absolutely not, and we'll probably get banned for me even saying that phrase. You can't tell me the economy is better when we're getting our ass handed to us by countries overseas, and the trade deficit and everything else going on. You can't tell me it was better when we have governments around the world getting ready to go to war because they know the president can't even finish a sentence. We are on such shaky ground. It's scary. And man, I pray for this country. I really do, because it's like, look, if we don't turn back to God or call upon God, this isn't going to fix this situation, because not even putting a new president in can fix the total situation, what's going on here. But you're not going to keep lying to us and saying we're the best it's ever been. It's just like when Biden sat there and said, hey, look, the whole border patrol, they sat there and they endorsed me. And like seconds later, they said, we have never endorsed you, nor will we ever endorse you. That's how blatant the lies have become. And we're in, like I keep saying, we're in this lying age where truth is hard to find, man. It's like truth has fallen in the streets, and we can't find a truth. Even people who are supposed to be leading us, they're not telling the truth no more. So, I'm just like, yo, I'm with you. I used to be able to go to McDonald's, get $20, and I can at least get everybody burgers, some small fries and everything. Heck no, forget it. I don't even go to McDonald's. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Bro, this is insane.
Bro, it's at the point now where I don't even care where I go to eat now, because McDonald's costs just as much as everybody else. You know what I mean?
It's like gourmet burgers.
Except for, like, I remember a McDouble was $1. Bro, you know how much they are now? $3.29, bro. And I still buy them because they slap. I ain't even gonna lie. Oh, I don't know why they slap.
Plus they're in walking distance from where you're at.
Nah, even still, sometimes I go out my way, man. I don't know, man. McDonald's just got me.
It's crazy. But I mean, I can't even tell you how many people. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I blame most of these problems on? Feminism. And I'm not even trying to be funny, man. This is why. Think about it.
Man. We're going to get...
Think about it.
Yeah, go ahead. You just go ahead and throw all this controversy right into our podcast. I don't know if anybody's going to watch it or not, but it's still going to be a fun conversation. Go ahead.
Think about it now. Before we started doing this, I don't know, man. I kind of felt like we were tougher, man. But now that most dudes, we have to,
No, go ahead.
But the reason why is I just feel like it just seems like the weaker the dudes are starting to get now, because we're dudes now, we got to walk on eggshells. We can't say nothing. We can't really do nothing. You know what I mean? Without us getting attacked. Because, it even like,
or labeled.
Yeah, like we always have to. And then you got these other dudes who, I'm going to say these are new generation ones. The ones that's coming up now, that's been raised up under this system or whatever.
Yep.
They make it bad because they're so tied up on trying to get these girls, but in order to do it, they have to lie and act like they're down for what's going on. Do I think what's going on is garbage? Yes. The moment they put out that list talking about dates that you can't take girls out on was garbage. Because the Cheesecake Factory, to me, is a pretty good place.
You got to pull up that list, man. Go pull up that list while you're talking.
I can't find it, man. You got to look it up.
No. I'm going to pull up that list. This is places that you can't take people out on dates?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? I'm going to Google that while you're talking. Keep talking.
But then it even got to the point where they just, I don't know, man. I really feel like that's one of the problems, is that once you started weakening our dudes and we stop having a voice and stop being able to say what we want to say, because everything is toxic masculinity.
Yep.
And that's one word I can't stand.
Oh, I can't stand it either, because you don't want us to be men. You want us to be something softer than a man, but you want us to sit there and look, we can go on a tangent and we're going to have to censor it, because but let me go back to this list, because that would be one of those hills I die on. Look, you ain't going to strip me of my manhood. And as far as I'm concerned, every man listening to this, stand up, quit being stand up.
This is the other thing. And I don't know if this is even linked to it, but I feel like it is. Just by the way that you look at how people treat each other nowadays. You know what I mean? This is why I say This is why I brought this
Oh,
up. So the other day, right? The other day, this is why I say feminism, because I'm persically. What is persically?
what
What does
is
that even mean?
person?
I
I don't
meant
know.
personally. I personally, I'm a pretty chivalrous guy. Like I don't mind opening
Open
up
up
doors,
doors. Yep.
or if I
Yes,
see
sir.
somebody
Yes,
coming,
ma'am.
I'll
Treat
hold the
people with
door
respect.
for it. Well, I don't throw yes sir, yes ma'ams out there, but I hit you with a yes and a no. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't take it that far. But the
Wow.
other day, right? I'm at the gas station. I do my normal thing. I walk through the door, and if I see somebody walking behind me, right, I'm going to hold the door for you. Whether you are a man or a woman, I'm gonna hold the door. I hold the door. This woman looks me as she's walking towards me, right? And while she's walking, I looked at her. You know, like people try to like do a little quick shuffle to the door. I usually
Yeah.
tell people, "You good? You ain't got to rush." But before I could say that, she looked at me and said, "You ain't got to hold the door for me." As soon as she said that, dude, I let the door go and just walked in the store. But it's like, what was the problem with that? What's the problem with holding the door for you? I don't mind holding the door for you. Like
I
that's
don't. I'm
crazy to
like,
me.
but that's true. That's very true. People don't. I don't know if the people walk around in a permanent state of being offended and finding things to argue about and finding things to fight about, finding things to what's wrong. Finding things like today. We were on a ferry coming back from Seattle. And we went to the baseball game and everything like that. Had a blast, man. It was just great. But on the way back, we were sitting there with a group of people. And we were sitting there, and I had my son across from me and this other guy, and we to the left of us was this baby screaming in a stroller. Now, mind you, we're in a crowded ferry, and this child is kicking up a storm, all kinds of stuff. Everything is going nuts with this baby, and this dude isn't doing anything about it. I looked over at him. I caught my eyes on my son. I looked over at him. He's looking over there. We all turned on our head to look at this dude. What are you going to do about your child? So he ends up taking and going out to the front of the ferry so the wind could blow on him and stuff like that. But then came back. Kids started screaming up a storm again. I looked at my son. I said, "You know what? If you would have," he said, "I could have never done that as a kid." I said, "You damn right." I said, and I jokingly said, "I said because I would dangle you off the ferry and say, 'Are you done crying now?'" And he started busting up laughing. But the thing is that that's the difference with this age of people, that I keep witnessing, because it's at stores I go, department stores I go to. They just let their kids act any kind of way, and there's no any kind of structure, discipline, or anything. I remember remember those silent pinches? I don't know if you got these, but I got these silent pinches that if I was acting up,
Right
my
here,
mom pinched me right there.
right in the back of your arm.
Yep.
That's a
And you
tender
couldn't
spot,
talk
man.
back. You couldn't talk back.
Oh
You were
nah.
like, you get that? You're like, oh my, and you knew you were getting it at home. Nowadays, man, these kids right here, they'll fight you in a heartbeat. Like they got something to say. It's like they forget you have to go home and live somewhere. But the way that the government has been set up, man, and even in this state that I'm at, man, they have stripped parents' rights off of their kids. It's absolutely insane. It dumbfounds me the rights that kids have over their parents, where parents don't even have to know certain things. And I'm like, that's what you're referring to, and I completely agree with you on that aspect, man. But going back to this list real quick, because I don't want to lose this thought. This is the list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date. And this list trips me out, Betty. I'm going to read this. You said
Can't you
Cheesecake
pull it up?
Factory. I can pull it up. You want to pull it up on that thing? You want me to
Yeah,
try to pull it up on? Let me see if we can share this thing, because this is
it should
insane.
work.
All right. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. Check this out. All right. Look at this list, man. The Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's. Man, I miss Chili's, man. Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies.
It's
Can't go on the movies
Chipotle.
on the first date. Chipotle. All right. You can't go to the movies anymore on the first date?
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of agree with that one.
Well, the thing
I'm
about it
not
is,
gonna
okay,
lie.
what are you gonna do on the first date anymore? Well, go to your house. Yeah, I can understand that. You don't want people, just the way dating is nowadays, man. I'd rather young ladies be safe. Any fast food chain? Yeah, but if they're
I can
hungry
get with that. I can get with
for a
that.
first date,
Even though me personally, I always usually meet them like at the park or something. I don't, I don't really like paying
Okay,
for them.
this
I
is
don't
what I
pay
always
for
tell my girls when they were dating. And hey, look, always be in a crowd. If you're gonna go on a date
them.
and stuff like that, get in a group. What's wrong with that? Don't be left alone. You don't know this dude yet. You don't know this girl yet. Go ahead and protect yourself because there's too many things out there people can lie on each other for and accuse you of stuff.
Well, I can tell you now, I'm beef with number 13 because that's my favorite restaurant, bro.
All right, let me
Like if
hold
I'm
on. Let me
taking
keep
you there,
going.
it's a special
Let me keep
place.
going. All right, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster. Man, they closed the Red Lobster here. I don't even know if those are around. A buffet.
I don't know. I've
Yo,
never been to
man.
one.
IHOP, Denny's, IHOP.
Like,
That's the one
what's
that
wrong
they
with
got you.
Denny's?
There's nothing wrong with Denny's, but this is first
Yes.
date. This is first date.
So
Not
why can't it can be a breakfast date
and that's true now. That's
or a
true.
lunch date? You go to lunch
Oh
date,
no,
get some
wait.
zesty nachos.
What about the
What you
gym? You
mean?
can't go to the gym on a date?
Nah, that's too sweaty. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo,
I can get with that.
16
I'm not.
churches
I'm not
on
taking.
churches. Why would you go to date at
No,
a church?
nah.
That
Church,
doesn't even make
church ain't
sense to me.
neither.
Yeah, that doesn't even, wow, that doesn't make sense. All right, Starbucks.
I believe
I
that
mean,
because nobody
no,
really
because
likes
you like
Starbucks.
hanging out at Starbucks. That's not true, man. I'm in the Pacific
Starbucks is
Northwest.
nasty.
Everybody goes to Starbucks. They got coffee shops as much as they
They
have weed shops over there.
look,
I mean, they're everywhere.
listen. They only go to Starbucks for the same reason why they go get a Stanley Cup because they're sheep. That's the only reason, bro. That's why.
I'm not
If
even
you
gonna
want me to
talk
be
that.
honest with you, man. Just like
Coffee
when
dates.
that pan,
So hold
I
on,
can
hold
give a
on. Let me
coffee
get through
date.
this list. Okay, ice cream dates. But coffee dates is the same thing as Starbucks. It's a coffee date.
No, a
What would
coffee
be
date could
different?
be like a little bar set and coffee date. You know what I mean? Like a little spot.
Yeah, like a
I've
Starbucks.
seen little spot.
That's
No, Starbucks, nah, man. Starbucks is like a fast food coffee, is what I feel like now.
all right. So you want more of a
Yeah,
gourmet kind of mom and pop shop thing?
yeah.
Okay.
You know, maybe I
Ice
can
cream
just sit
date.
down and
What's
drink
wrong with
a cup
ice
of
cream?
coffee.
I love ice cream. Ice cream. I like ice cream.
Nobody ain't. If you
Yeah,
maybe
family
if you're a
you
youngin,
20,
nobody you ain't
don't
taking no
ever
ice cream.
take a date to a family function. I'm sorry. That is the most
Negativo.
stupid thing you could ever do. Why would you put her on blast in front of all those people? And nah,
No, that's
you
not
already
even why.
sunk the ship. That's a Titanic
You
right
don't
there,
want to
number
do it
20.
because, yeah, because that right there is straight up. You're putting too much pressure on that person, man. Like when you come
Absolutely.
in, you already you already meet the peoples and everything. You know they're gonna think it's more than this. You just met this dude.
And I've seen too
But
many.
yeah,
I've seen too many family functions where that person goes to that family function and like other people that person was messing with too there. So you get that kind of whole thing going on also. So it's like
Ooh,
nah. Movie night, Netflix, Hulu. I mean, if that's your thing, I
yeah,
can understand
true.
that. It's date
That's
night.
nah. That's just like at the house, man. That's not what you
Yeah,
want to do because you already know what happens
at
with
home, buddy. I
Netflix.
mean, they
You
could be a
know what
home.
happened with
I know
Netflix,
Netflix is
man.
yeah, but it could be a series thing.
Hulu,
I mean, HBO. Everybody's into House of Dragons. But
man.
somewhere that
Listen.
requires a long drive. Number two. What about long
Yeah,
drives? I
I
don't know. You
believe
could be
that too.
trapped in that car.
This is the only
Don't want to do that.
yeah, this the only because if you had a bad date, oh, that's a bad. And then
You stuck.
what if it's a situation where you leave them there? You know, you don't want them to have to try to find
Yeah,
their way back from
yeah.
a long
And I'll
drive.
speak to the ladies on that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't that's too vulnerable. Always have your location on that stuff. Bowling's fun though. Bowling can be fun.
No,
You don't think
nah,
so? Why? Too much
only
pressure?
because if it's a first date and if she's actually somebody, they're gonna do at least their nails or something. And if it's and some other ones might have
You
nails
don't want them to
done.
chip their nails while bowling.
Yeah,
That's very thoughtful of
I've
you, buddy.
encountered
Very
I've
thoughtful.
encountered that before. I've encountered that.
Nightclubs. Not well. That's you.
Yeah,
Nightclubs. Nightclubs.
I
Nah,
don't go to nightclubs.
I
I
know.
don't go to night. Well,
Nightclubs is too much
actually,
mess there. What about going to
I
bars
got a
though? Bars
funny
are drinking. No, that's different than nightclubs.
no,
Nightclubs are completely different. Yeah, I understand that.
not
Hookah
a bar
bar.
neither.
No. A bar for
Nah,
just
because
drinks.
if they don't smoke, nah, a bar for just drinks. Nah, I don't think so neither. I personally think first dates there shouldn't be any alcohol. Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? Why we
Everybody
drinking? I was the type of
just
person
trying to
where
get to
I
know you
don't
first.
drink. Like I'm the type of person that I don't drink around people I don't know. If I'm not cool with y'all, I don't drink. I'm good. Like, nah, I got to
Understood.
trust you to drink around you. So
That's that trust issue
Waffle
thing,
House,
man. Because you rather talk to trees. I got you. I feel you, man. Go ahead and
yeah,
pound it, man.
yeah.
Pound it.
Hey, look, man.
All right.
And hey,
Waffle
look,
House.
Giving Tree, man.
Yo, I want to be honest
Too
with you.
hood,
I know a lot of people who
too
love
hood.
Waffle House. I
It's
know a
too
lot of
hood
people
though.
love it. That's true.
But that's
But
too
they're hood
hood.
too.
That's too hood.
So, and sporting events.
Nah, nope. Too loud. The sporting
If they're
events,
sports
it'd be
fans,
too loud.
but if they're sports
But what's the
fans,
point? First of all, it's the first date. I'm not dropping all this money on no tickets because if you're taking a girl, you have to get good seats. You can't get nosebleed seats.
all right.
So I'm already
But what?
dropping more
Okay.
money.
But that list is a lot of places that are around, even the city that you're in. Okay, and there are a lot of those places that
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of stuff is over in Seattle. Chili's, we got Chipotle. Okay, I'll give you that. That's like a fast food kind of thing. So, what options do these people got now? You know,
I mean, there's
what
better
is?
places. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them are
Yeah,
straight.
there is.
I I don't believe in the fast food one. Don't take no girl to no fast food, bro.
Yeah,
Now
that's kind of
you can
tacky.
take her, yeah, and then Applebee's and stuff. That depends on your area. I'm not gonna lie, because it
No,
depends
it
on what
does.
the
Because
Applebee's function.
Applebee's
Because
may be gourmet where you live. For real. I'm just saying for real. Applebee's may be like the only place. But it's
that's
like,
what it is around here.
yeah, understood. No, seriously, because otherwise you have to go out towards Raleigh or hit the coast and go to those places where you guys are at. Yeah. Because yeah, I know the place where you're at, man. So but
I'm
that's
telling.
just crazy to me.
But now that we're
That's
talking
nuts.
about this, I was having a conversation with somebody at the job, right? And I'm gonna see because you have two daughters, right?
Yep.
So let me ask you a question. If they go out on a date, right? Let's
Mhm.
say they about to go on a date. Do you give them enough money to pay for themselves, or do they usually take enough money for themselves or for both, just in case?
My
Or
girls make their
are they
own.
telling?
Okay, so right now, back in the day,
Yes.
okay,
Wait,
my
wait,
girl.
wait. Yeah, let me
Okay,
finish my question.
I thought you would.
Jeez, man. I
Oh man.
wasn't. It was a build up, as I
All
was
right, go ahead,
saying,
build up. Yep.
because I did realize they have a job. That's why I was trying to change it up. I forgot they.
Okay.
I keep thinking.
Okay.
I keep remember. I know them since they were so little, and to me, they're still babies. You know what I mean? It's hard for me
Yeah.
to still believe they graduated high school. But
Yo, that was like years ago.
so
Go ahead.
so have you taught them to either go half on a date, or have you told them that, let's just say if you do happen to go to the date and the dude don't pay, what's your feeling on that about a dude paying or not paying, or they're deciding to go half? Because that's like a big
See,
topic.
now
And
this yeah, it is a big topic because you're talking about that masculinity issue again now. So for me, when I was dating, no matter who it was, I handled it because I asked you out. I don't expect you to take care of nothing. I wanted to spend time with you. I want to spend my money on you because I want to get to know you. That's what I did. So, but now in today's world, I mean, women get pissed off if you try to pay for them, and so it's kind of a weird situation case by case. Now, my girls, they always know, make sure that you have yours. Make sure that you have enough money to take care of your end, and make sure you understand what kind of date this is too. Hey, look, are we splitting, or what's the case? What's going on? Because my girls kind of know and say, oh, if the guy says nope, I'm paying for it, you're not paying for anything. They'll say, okay, well, if you're going to do that, I'll take care of the tip. I'll take care of this stuff because it's fair trade to them. They're being courteous also. You know, and then I've had them sometimes where they be like, I have to remind them, hey, look, don't you ain't you have to pay for something every once in a while. Now you can't just sit there and keep milking this. It doesn't work that way. Relationships are not supposed to be like that. So we had it both ways. But I always teach them, look, if you're going to go out with a guy, and you're going to have a good time and everything like that, make sure that you're ready to take care of your own stuff. Don't just sit there because you may want something he's not willing to pay for. And you be like, hey, I got this. Don't even worry about it. So, but I also tell them to ask questions. I think a lot of times, people go on dates and they don't ask the questions. What kind of date is this? Hey, look, are we going to share? What are we going to do? So it's one of those things too that I'm noticing.
Well, I'm gonna have to kind of go opposite with you because I've recently obtained two daughters, right?
Okay. Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro. If the oldest one, if she tells me she's going out, and of course I'll make sure she have money for herself. If a dude don't pay, don't talk to him no more. That's the way I feel. Now she can offer, like you can try to grab, offer to pay, but if he doesn't pay, I don't think she's going to, which is crazy because that's the standard that's set. Because personally, man, if he ain't willing to pay for your date, how else? What else is he trying to go have? Because that's not how it works. Because me,
I don't know. I understand where
look,
you're coming
man,
from. I do. No, I understand where you're
yeah,
coming from. Because, like I said, it's a different time, so it's going to be case by case. If it's like the past
not
couple guys.
no case by case,
Yes, it is. Yes, it
black and
is.
white, black
No,
and white,
it's
bro.
not black
If
or white.
you that's how I feel. If you have to pay
Okay, that's
for
what
it,
you feel. All right,
I'm,
I got you.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, if you have to pay for it, man. There's no point because, like you said, because I understand this is a double standard. I got it because I watched a lot of these podcasts where they interview
Oh,
all
here we
these
go
women,
again.
right?
Yep. Oh no,
Nah,
I know what
but
you're talking about now.
they,
No, I know where you're going.
and they
Yep.
always talking about, because this is, if anybody that's watching this, and I don't know if y'all in the dating game, bro, pay for that first date because this is the conversation I had with the one at the work at her job, right? Because so we got on the subject of talking about it, right? And I asked her, I was like, how would you feel about if a dude don't, pay for the first date? She was like, oh, well, that's fine because I always bring money anyway. I always bring money to take care of myself. And I'm like, that's so funny because if it didn't matter, then why do you just bring money for yourself? Why don't you bring money for the whole meal just in case? Just in case you got to pay for the whole meal.
But that means he would dip on her like that. That goes
But
back to the question. You
why,
have to
but
find out what kind of date this thing is, man.
but
I
still,
mean,
this
shit,
is the thing though. But this is how this is like I'm around women a lot. Like I live with nothing but women. I work with nothing but
bro.
women and one dude.
I understand.
So but I was telling her, she was like, she'll pay for it, and I was like, but if you did that, I was like, what's the odds that he's gonna get a second date? Oh yeah, I'm like, come on now, you got to be honest with me. I was like, it's just me. You ain't look. You can lie to everybody else in this whole world, but you ain't got to lie to me. Like, you know what I mean? I got you. I got you. But it's funny because I had to put it to the point where I said, okay, I was like, let's do it like this. You have two dudes, both of them are equal in everything. It was a great date on both ends, except
Both of them are equal.
one, yeah, because you gotta frame it like that. Because if you don't frame it like that, I'm telling you, bro, it ain't. They'll
The
wiggle their
only
way out
difference
of it
is
every
that
time.
one pays for everything and the other one didn't.
Yeah, and I was like,
You
which
are
one is getting
definitely
the
black and
second date?
white, man. You are definitely a black and white type of person. Let me tell you just like this, because
Hey,
if that's the case, then I want to take it just to this one step. If you come to my door and you ask my daughter out, okay, first of all, that would be the first
paying
thing
for
you would
that
have to
damn
do.
date.
You taking
You
that,
paying
but
for
not
that?
only
You
that.
paying for that date?
Hold on, I already told you that's what I do. So that's what I'm
I
saying
know.
though.
I
But
just
I'm
want
not
to
going to
get a
sit
little
there
hype.
and not have my daughters protected either. Because if you do that to my daughter, I'm coming for you. I don't care. You're not going to stand. You're not going to keep my daughter stranded someplace. I'm going to come. I'm coming for you. But going back to what I was trying to say is that if we're going to make it black and white like that, and I watch you come and get my daughter from my house, and you go to your car and you don't open up the door for my daughter, oh, it's already over. Don't even bother going. Nope. Sorry.
I,
Nope. Sorry. And I take it the same thing as my daughter. If you get in a car and he allows you to go into that car and you don't unlock his door on the other side because it's unlocked and to show him that, hey, look, I'm going to take care of you like you take care of me, I got a problem with her because it goes
it
both
depends on
ways.
where he's parked at. It depends on where he's parked at.
I got that from the
That's the
Bronx
only
tale.
thing.
I
Because
got
I
that from
was
the movie
thinking, I
Bronx
was
tale, man.
like, I was close with it
That's real.
because I
Those
was
principles
thinking,
are real, though, man.
like, where I'm at, where they would have to park at, it'll be. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna expect my mans to walk around the car, open the door, and then walk back. Now I
Doesn't have
do
to walk
expect
around
you
the
to
car.
like.
You're gonna be
I
walking
do.
to the car. You open up the door
Not if.
as before you
What
get
if
in the
it's
car.
part? What if it's part
It's that
like
easy,
this? Look.
bro.
What if
You
it's
really
part
gonna
like
use
this?
a device to show a display? Are you serious? You see, that's how you are. You always
I
sit
had
there and
to.
try to something else where this does
No,
not
because I
apply.
was just thinking that. Or like, let's just say this: your house
Be
is right
thoughtful.
here, and
Yeah.
you got to pull into the curb, man. Like you're not in the driveway, you're on the curb. You know what I mean? And what if he parked it? You know what I mean? What if it's a one
Yeah,
way
I know what you
and he
mean.
had to
I don't
come
care.
this one?
I don't care. Show me that you're gonna sit there and take care of the person you're taking on a date. Be
But
thoughtful. Be a
like that's
man.
like,
No,
cause
be a
I'm gonna
man.
tell you,
Yeah,
I don't,
I know.
I ain't gonna say I
I know
open
you're new
doors.
to this
I
because
bring
I know you did it. This
nah.
is a foreign concept to you because the only reason why you're learning it is because you have two daughters now that you got to take care of. You didn't do that stuff. I remember.
I open up the restaurant doors and stuff, but I'm not opening
Yeah,
up your
and
car
that's
door.
fine.
What's wrong with your hands? Ain't nothing wrong with your hands, Miss Independent.
Oh
Miss
man, oh
Independent,
bro,
open up that door. Like nah.
I thought you were chivalrous. Yeah, I know exactly.
I
I
am,
feel
but
you on
that to
that.
me that like that the opening the door thing, I feel like that's over. Now if it depends
No, it's
on
not
now if
over.
it's like one of them, if it's a dress up, getting ready, blah the bing blah, that kind of day, cool. Then
So you're
open the
saying
door
that
because you
that's
already got the
old
suit
school?
on anyway.
Hey man, if we're
Like if you
gonna
got
be
the suit,
masculine, let's just be masculine all the way, man. Now make it left or right. Don't make it.
I'm gonna say,
You're the
I
one who
call
says
that,
black or white. You can't
yeah,
back
but that
that
ain't
back
black and
on
white.
that.
You
Oh
know
come
that to me that's pandering. That's pandering, man.
on,
I'm
man.
not
That
about
is
to open
not
up.
pandering.
Now this is what I would expect. Now, if we come out the restaurant again, it depends on how we're parked. You know what I mean? Because if I'm parked another way, and I ain't about to open the door for it.
No,
Like
no,
I'm saying, I ain't
I
open the door for it.
understand that. I said when you come get my daughter, let me see how you're gonna treat her. You're going because I'm gonna sit there and nitpick the heck out of you because I don't know who you. I don't know who you are. I know you were a man just like me at that age. So you're gonna have to show me something different. So if you can't even look at me, that's one thing I used to sit there and when people used to come to my house and you give me just a weak ass handshake and couldn't look me in my eye, I would tell my daughter, get him out of here. Don't you ever bring that boy back here because he's a boy. Don't you do that to me again. I don't
But
play
what if
that.
he was scared? But Chris, hold on, man.
No, no,
We've
no,
already
no. Hold on.
confirmed.
When I'm
We've
saying no,
already
no, no,
confirmed. Wait,
no,
let
hold
me.
on.
You don't know where I'm
Hold on.
going
No,
with
no,
this.
no, because you have to let me validate. Well, if you sitting there and just introducing yourself and you can't even introduce yourself except looking at the ground and at your shoes, no, man, there's no way I'm gonna let you date my girl. No way. You're not dating my daughters. Be a man about it. That's it.
Well, what I was going to say, sir, was you are a frail man. So what if he's
Yo,
worried about breaking your hand? I almost broke your ribs with 5%. What if a young man gives you 10%? You can't
bro.
even work now. Sorry, no. Look at you thought I was going somewhere else. I'm like, look at Chris going through his he's going through his whole
Well, it's
tangent,
just
and I
the
just
same thing
wanted to
with you
call him
because I know
frail.
you. I know you because I know you were like, who's talking to them? Who's talking to them? Nah, I gotta sit there. I gotta meet him too. I know how you are.
What if
Same thing.
so what if oh I definitely gotta meet him. But what if they give you that? But it's a solid one. Like not like like a good old what's up, man? What's up, Mr. C? Bomb.
Yeah, not your boy. Yeah, that would get on. Now, if we know each other after a little while, you've been dating my daughter for a little bit, and we're close like that, but right off the rip, I ain't gonna dap you up, boy. I don't know you. What you dapping me up for? I dap you up. We're boys. You and me, we're not boys. I don't know who you are from Adam. I don't know. Are you kidding me? We dap me up. I would
It's
look at
funny
my daughter
because
sideways so bad. She'd be like, oh, she would just put her head down.
it's
Luckily, I've
funny
never
because
had
me,
that happen.
I don't do handshakes. I do
Yeah,
fist
no, you don't.
bumps.
Yeah,
Like I rather fist bump. I
I
don't
don't do
like
fist
to
bump.
me handshakes feel awkward, man. Like it
I
feels
know.
super awkward to get somebody, especially when you catch a sweaty hand. You know what I mean? I'd be like, man, put your stinking sweat on my hand. Like I don't know. Every time, like, give me some of that bomb. Every time. Now, if I'm cool with you, you get that.
You know.
But if
Hey
I don't
man,
even
you're a
like
bad
you, I
age.
hit you with an elbow. You know what I mean? Hit you with the elbow. What up, man? Hey. you know. But
I'm surprised that they would even be able to go on dates. Are they trying to go out on dates right now? Or
no,
are you just educating
no,
them on? Because I remember you saying a
no.
couple episodes back you're going to school them one day, or you're
Oh yeah,
beginning to school them.
it ain't. She's gone on a couple little dates, but I was outside.
That's not a date.
No, like they went to the movies and I was outside.
Oh, so but according to the list, that's not where they're supposed to have gone. They
Yeah,
can't
but
go to
they're
the movie. It's
youngins.
not a good. Yeah, I know they're
But
youngins.
it's youngins.
I understand.
Yeah, they literally went to go see a movie they wanted to see.
You know what gets
So
me
I
here is
think
that on that list, where's the list of places that they want to go?
they
There's
want
only
to go to
places here.
5-star Michelin restaurants that only Gordon
Yo,
Ramsay cooks at.
well, you know what? They can go by themselves. They can go with their friends.
Yeah, it's tough for them
Yeah,
youngins out there.
it is. It's
But what
really
was
tough. I
another
feel for
question
them.
I
I
was
really
gonna
do.
think about? So, how soon do you want to meet them? Like, how soon would you do when they? Okay, because sometimes you might not can meet them on the first date, bro. You
No,
know what
you
I
know
mean?
what? I
They
tell
might do
my
it after
girls
work dinner.
if they're dating a couple times and stuff like that, and then again serious about dating, and they haven't introduced themselves to me. Oh, I got a major chip on my shoulder. Hold on, how you gonna keep dating my daughter and you haven't met me yet? That's me personally. But when they're first getting to know each other and stuff like that, I give my girls a hard time. But I know that they're just getting ready to know each other, so that's all right, to be honest with you. But when they start wanting to make it official, hey, look, I'm not going to see anybody else except your daughter. Yeah, you better come and talk to me. I want to know. Easy. Just sit there. And this is what I tell them. This is exactly what I tell them every single time. I say, look, man, that's fine. You want to date my daughter? That's okay. But I want you to treat her the same way you want someone to treat your daughter. And I'm let them know. Because the same thing that you do to my daughters, somebody's going to do to your daughters. I want you to remember that.
What if
So treat them
what
with
if they
respect.
only have a sons? What if they only have sons though?
Well, then, hey, they're going to have to put some thought on that. Maybe they don't want their sons being treated a certain way because that crap is karma and they'll come back and get you. Because you got to make them think, man. These young men got to understand respect and honor and those kind of things. A lot of them weren't trained that. Unfortunately, a lot of them don't have their dads, man. And my heart goes out to them because they were never just taught guidelines, just certain things on how to treat a woman, how to be around a group of people, and not how to be, lack of self-esteem and always being jealous and controlling those things. You got to just sit there and give them boundaries. Hey, look, I'm in your corner. I tell my girls all the time, hey, look, if you guys are in a relationship, I'm in your corner. I'm not here to break up your relationship. If I see things going wrong, I'll bring it to your attention. I said, but I'm not here to break you guys up if you're happy together. I want to help you guys. That's the type of person I am. But just remember respect. Because if he can't teach you to respect yourself, then you're going to disrespect the hell out of him. Because my girls are strong. They're strong-minded. They're strong in the spirit, strong in the mind, just in their thought process. And if they come across a weak dude, I'm telling them, they will manipulate him. I said, and when you start manipulating a man, you end up hating that man because you look at him as weak. And that goes back to that weak masculinity. That's why a bunch of these women now can't stand the man they're with because they're not strong. They're not like saying no and meaning no, or saying yes and meaning yes. The word doesn't mean anything. And young men nowadays, it's sad. They don't have anybody who's teaching those kind of stuff and those skills. They don't. Fortunately, a couple of people that dated my daughters, they have good family structure. So at least that's a little easier. But they're still young guys, and you got to put it down on them sometimes.
I don't say no. At least not to the young ones. They be playing me every time, bro. Like
But you're in a father figure mode, man. That's
I
different.
see, I see now
It's not
why
the same. You
why
even
I got
equate
girls
what I
later on.
say. Oh, man.
Because when you said they got to say no, and I'll be like, well, I don't say no, but I'm not weak. I just don't mind doing it. Like that's my only difference. I
You
just don't
playing the
mind
game.
doing
I very rarely
it.
say no
Nah.
to my girl, but they know what I'm saying to them. They know that there's certain guidelines they don't push. Don't even go that route with me. Because you got
Oh
to set
yeah.
standards, man. If you don't, they're going to run all over you, and then your word's not going to mean nothing to them. And I
Let me
know
ask
your
this.
word
Here go
means
another one.
everything. All right,
Have
here's
you
another one.
ever been Have you ever been accused of being overprotective? And I'm gonna tell you what happened, my incident, and then you tell me if I was being overprotective. So you go ahead first. So have you ever had that accusation of being overprotective?
I think when they were younger, I think I say because they didn't think that they could date, and I think that they think I was being overprotective. But and I'll back this up with the way I think. I think people who are going to date need to be mature enough to handle dating. And if they emotionally cannot handle it because they're insecure about themselves or they're easily manipulative or they're jealous and all that kind of stuff, then it's like, nah, you don't need to date because you're not ready for it yourself. Your mind's not your. You ever seen somebody go into a dating relationship and they're all one sided? They're so left field on that person they can't hear anything else or anything like that. Emotionally, they were not, and mentally, they were not capable of dating somebody because they didn't know themselves yet. And so when they were younger, they wanted to date, but they were too afraid to ask me if they could date or have a boyfriend. Because I told them, we don't believe in boyfriends. No, you're too
I'd have
young. You're in
roughed
middle
them
school.
up too. I'd have roughed them
Huh?
boys up.
Well, that was a time
I'd
that
have
you
roughed
and
them
I used
boys.
to hang about. Yeah. I was like, yeah. So um, being that way, I could think my girls thought that I was when they were younger, but now I don't think so. And I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I want them to be smart, and I want them to sit there. Sometimes I worry about them, just like a dad was going to do. But I kind of like them be there, make their decisions and you know take their little cart down the road if they got to take their little cart down the road. You know what I mean? So,
I
but
have
tell me
no
your
idea what it
situation.
means to take. What does it mean to take their cart down the road? How was
Means
I
you're gonna
gonna
take their
know?
you're gonna all right. You're gonna take you know how kids used to play with a car or their toys. All right, and they used to take their toys. This is my toy. I'm gonna go play with my toys. I'm not gonna share my toys with you. All right, we'll go take your toys a little bit. I'm gonna go play with mine then. And then you're gonna go ahead and go down the road with yours. Whatever happens with you and your toys is your business. Is what I meant.
So you're telling me when your kids wanted to play with their toys, you made them go down the road
Yeah,
with
that's what
the
I said,
cart?
Benny.
It's like,
Just
now,
tell me your story, man. Tell me your
son, it was
stupid
just,
story.
I just didn't
I know.
understand the cart thing.
Yeah.
You take your cart on down the road. All right. His sayings always kill me. So this is what happened. Now, I don't know. I might have sort of possibly overreacted. But
No,
this
you
is what
probably did.
happened, y'all. So we went to what was the place called? It was like a Dave and Buster's, but it wasn't Dave and Buster's. It was like one of them arcade type areas, right?
Okay.
So we go there. I'm giving you freedom to let y'all roam. I said, stay in this area. That was my only rule. Stay in this area.
Now, let me
So,
ask this question. So, no, wait. Are you talking to your girls or are you talking with the girls and the boys that are with your girls?
boys,
Some understand.
where were the boys? I don't know boys
Oh, I
at.
thought because
It
you
was
said
just
you
them.
were just go ahead. I want to hear what you got
So
to say.
because this is why I don't know why, but so I told them to stay in this area where all the games are at, right? We already ate. You ain't got no business being over there. Stay over here. So we were the smallest one. So she's with her friend. We were the smallest one. We're playing games, and I did like a periodic where I'm gonna walk around and I just need to put my eyes on you. That's all I need. Just let me put my eyes on you, and I know you're there. I'm
Understood.
fine.
Yep.
So I did that. I went around another time. I didn't see him. So I made me another lap. And I made me another lap. Right? And I'm
You
like,
didn't
hold
see
on
him.
now. So then I happen to look and they're over where I told them not to be at. So I go over there. And of course, look, see, according to them, the boys just happen to sit there. So I go off. Like, go off, Chris. Like, you know me. I don't like
You
raising my
lost it.
voice. I lost it. And
Wow.
they was like, well, you didn't do this because you can see it. And I was like, see, what y'all don't fail. I said, what y'all fail to realize is I don't care where y'all was at. The rule was you stay here. I said, because people snatch kids up quick. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep.
I was like, and I never thought about it like that because I've never gone out with, with youngins like that. You know, I got boys, so I've never went out with girls.
Yeah,
And yeah,
understood.
I do get a little protected. I need to keep my eyes on y'all. I need to know what's going on and all this other
Mhm.
stuff. But you know, I kind of went off, and then that long drive thing. Imagine how long that ride was on the ride home.
Did they even talk?
Nah,
Did they
it was a
talk?
stop.
Oh, they
I
were
didn't
hot.
look.
They were hot. I
This
already
is
know it.
this is hot. No, I was hot. Oh, it was
You
nothing
were hot.
about them. I was hot. Look, I raised my voice. I'm going off. The trip
You were
just
you.
became bad. I got you know me
What made you?
songs. When
What
I
made
get
you go
mad,
off there? Yeah, I know. When you get mad, that's what I'm saying. It's very rarely when you're like that. So I know that you had to have like lost it. You had to
it
snap.
was after that third lap, I didn't see him. Because in me, my head is like, where are they at? I don't know where they at.
Yep.
What if somebody picked them up? You know, what if they over
You worried
here?
about their
I'm walking.
well-being.
Exactly. Or here go another thing they say that is bad that I do. If you come out that door and you got something on that I just don't feel like is appropriate to wear outside, you're not coming out the house with that on.
Oh, bet.
Like
That's not even a question about. Because with young ladies, I'm sorry, no. I mean, there's certain things that are old school that will forever be always new school. Yeah, there's certain things about a father. No, you're gonna respect. Go back in there. You
I hit him
crazy.
with that. I hit him with that. Is that you wearing that out? That's how they know. You about to wear that? Because the moment
And
I
they gotta
say
go
that,
back in there and change. Yep, they're already
go
back
on
in there and
change that
changing.
thing up, man.
Still
Yeah,
do
go
that to
on
my
change
girls
that thing
today.
up.
I said, hold on a minute, and I mess with them sometimes just because back in the day, you're going to school and stuff like that. They had dress codes and all that kind of stuff. But now they're older, and I have to ask them, are you going out? Where are you going? Wait a minute, you looking like that? Hold on a second. Where are you going? You going on a date? We going crew? What's happening? Because you just like to the point where now I got to know. I'm sorry, I'm just a dad. Want to make sure that you're safe. Make sure what kind of where's your head at for you to put that outfit on. I gotta know
Right.
because
Hey,
I'm not. I'm like, hold on, time out. I'm not ready for it. And sorry. I said, no, you need to explain to me. So
just
I'm
like
old school.
I'm gonna kind of go back. Like when you go back to the dating part, I
Yeah.
personally don't think they should date till they're out of school, and if you're going to college, until you're out of college. Because the problem is, man, this is the thing, man. Boys always mess stuff up, man. Unless you find a good one that's with you.
I'm
But
sorry. I
the
know a
one,
bunch of women that's messed stuff up. You can't put that on just one sex. It's both of them out there now. Bro, come
man,
on
look,
now.
I'm
It's
not
both of
talking.
them
Look,
messing up
I'm
each
not
other.
talking about. I'm not talking about the dudes. Yes, there's a lot of dudes. Look, that's common knowledge. We already know there's women that screwed. Look at my case, bro. It happened to me. Okay,
That's why
we
I'm
already
like,
know
hold
that.
on, bro. You
That's
kind of slanting this.
that's like saying
Are you
this.
are you
That's like
saying
trying
it
to say,
because
hey, Soames, the sky is blue. We already know that. Okay,
you already
I'm
know?
not about to
But
beat that dead horse,
you're saying
man.
this because you're coming from the standpoint of being a dad, and now you're having girls
Yeah,
in your life. Okay? I just want to make
I'm
sure.
telling you, man, it's like a eye-opening thing, man. Like they don't even realize it. Like
But
super
you gotta
crazy.
still make. They still gotta be able to understand how to deal with social issues, man. I mean, not social issue, but
I'm
it's
fine with
just
that.
social.
They don't need to.
You're fine with that? Oh man,
Yeah, I'm fine with that. You can learn that
I
later.
know.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
put you onto the
I'm
game.
gonna
So
tell
by
you
the
right
time
now.
you come
You
out,
can
man,
you can do that.
you just got man. Look. If I put you on the
This
game, man, you
again.
will never get played. You will never get played. I put you on the game, you'll
That's
find
right.
somebody good. This is what I
But
personally
you're
think.
telling, but you're saying that they
Personally,
can't get. You're gonna put them onto the game, but they can't play the game until after they're out of college,
yes.
bro. What's the use of learning the game?
Preferably, preferably when you're 40. But hey, they say that's too far.
I used
So
to say that to my
I can't
girls.
say
No, I used
40.
to say that to my girls. Yeah, Dad, no way. I hear you on that,
Nah,
but hey,
I think it's because I know how I was when I was younger.
that's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
that's what it is.
I
Like
know because you were a dog.
and that I
Yes,
was.
I know.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
No, no.
Mm-mm. Animal
But
control
see,
picked
that's
me
what
up. I got a
that's what
doctor.
now is probably it's probably the biggest blessing in the world they got you as a father now, because you're going to be able to protect them from that. They don't realize it yet. They don't have the faintest clue. They don't realize
Oh,
how dastardly these dogs are at.
I,
But now
I
they got a
am a
voice in their
public
life.
enemy. I'm a public enemy, bro. Like, because this is the one thing. So this is the other thing. So you got these are the two realms I'm dealing with. Now, this is
Oh,
funny.
here
So
we go.
I have the high schooler, right? Where
Yep.
some days, man, we're super cool, and some days I'm pretty sure she's gonna stab me in my sleep. You know what I mean? It's one or the other.
You're gonna kill her.
It's
Yeah, I know.
like it's at the point now where I'll knock on the door, bro, and determine how she answered is if it's like is this a good morning type of day, or is this like a hey,
Yep.
just time to get up. So I got that one. And
That's
now
hilarious.
I have the youngest one who you know what's so sad? I think it's just because I've been around so long, but it's hard to remember their ages. Because to me, one of them, I always think they're younger, like just like your youngins. I think they're
Yeah.
a whole lot younger than they are. I think that they're like 17, 16. That's what
Bro,
they are in
no.
my head.
Yeah. In your head. Yeah.
And
Understood.
then little songs, I still see that little, 11, 12-year-old little songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, so now the youngest one is the challenge one. I say it's a challenge for me because you already know me, songs. I'm pretty blunt. You know what I mean? I'm blunt
Yeah.
and
Straightforward.
I'm straightforward. Well, she's hyper emotional. Bro, do you know how difficult that is? Because this is a situation,
You
right,
don't know how to deal with it.
where my mouth will speak before I think, right? So I was in there doing the dishes, right? And she was going through, when they're that age,
What you
everything's
deal with
an
it.
end of the world
Everything.
crisis, right?
Everything's like 100 times what it is. Yep.
Yeah, so basically she asked two people to go to this lunch thing, but she could only ask one person, but only one person could go, right? And then the other person was like, it's fine, you can just go ahead with the other person. And she was like, no, you know what? I don't want nobody to go. And all I
Yep.
said was, this is what I said. I just looked up and I said, well, that shit's petty. And just kept watching. Like, I didn't even think about it.
Because
Bro,
you
when I
responded
tell
how you
you,
would respond to me. I know. You would respond to me. You didn't take in consideration her heart, man. You gotta take in consideration her gentle,
bro,
fragile
listen,
heart, man. You messed her
I
world
be
up.
hurting this. Yeah, she
I
she
know.
got real upset.
She
And
got
then,
crushed. I know
then
she did.
And, and my wife got mad at me because I said that, and I was like, I didn't even mean nothing by it. It was just well, that shit's petty. It was just a passing thought.
It was, but it was the way you
Or
presented it. It was. It was the way you said it to
yeah,
her. I mean, you're
yeah,
gonna have to learn.
it's hard, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I know, man.
it's
You're just
super
gonna have to
hard
learn new
because
tactics. But you're.
because
To
I'm the
me, I
type.
always look at your brain. You're a strategist and you're a tactician because the way you think, you lead yourself astray a lot, but you're still smart as hell. And so you're gonna have to figure out tactically how to say things properly for her, so you can go ahead
Or
and understand what you're dealing with. Not or. You already seen what or does to keep
or
hurting her.
here go the full circle.
Here we go. Here we
Or
go. Or go
you
ahead.
slip in a little bit of bullying, make her tougher. Boom,
Oh,
gonna be hyper emotional.
oh my God. I knew you were going to bring that up. I
Nah,
was waiting. I said,
but it is,
if he,
it's tricky, man. Like it's so tricky, man, because it's like this is how fast it changes, man. We will have a great night, watch a movie, everything, go to sleep in a good mood. We already got your clothes picked out for the next day. You wake her up, bro. You could have swore it's that girl off the ring, man. I mean, off Insidious. She is on the ceiling, man, hollering at you, bro.
oh, my
But
God,
this is
bro.
the funny thing. You know what's funny though? I get used as a threat. That's what's funny because how I am, I always scare her. Cause one time, right, I had I was waking up in the morning for school,
Yeah.
because we was alternating. So the way I wake them up is I knock on your door. I'm not opening your door. I'll knock on your door. If you don't say nothing, I'm gonna knock on it louder, right? So I knocked on the youngin's door. She didn't. I didn't hear nothing. So the door was kind of cracked, right? So I kind of pushed the door, and something was in front of the door. So I was like, "Oh shit, this youngin' done passed out in front of the door," is what I thought. So I
Oh no.
push it, right? I push it, and I say her name, and she pops out the bed like a zombie, bro. Like it scared me the way she just shot up out the bed. After that, bro, I was no longer allowed to wake her up in the morning. I
What
lost
did she
that
have in front of the door?
It was like some books or something, like a book bag or something that she left in front of the door. And it was just heavy.
You traumatized her. But you know what though? That I don't know if that's a bad thing or not because I know you. You're not trying to do him harm or anything like that. But if your mind took you kind of in a place I didn't expect it to go because you thought she was passed out in front of the door, I'm like,
I don't know,
okay,
man. For some reason, man, it's like the older I get, man, the worst case scenario that hits me, man. Like
yo, that must be
quickly.
traumatizing for real.
It is, man. It is,
You
man.
got
I'm gonna tell
terrible
you,
what
it
if
be
scenarios in your head, man. You need to like find a happy place or something. I don't know.
man, look. I'm so paranoid that when I come in the house, right, and the oldest one is in the room, I'll be like, "Yo," just to make sure she'll say something. She'll be like, "What?" Nah, just want to make sure you was here. That was it because I've seen like all these stories, where the parents be
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I got home and I just figured that she was just asleep in the room, and then they going in. She been gone for like 2 days.
Oh
Like
no,
what?
no, I can't. No, this is
Like
how
how
I
you go
am.
2 days without
Everyone,
saying nothing
I
to the
haven't
youngin?
I haven't done this in like God knows how long. But if my girls are home or anybody's home and I haven't seen them in a while, like I'll be sitting downstairs. I'll be like, yo, you know, like Christopher. Okay, I'll be like, Christopher. I'll be like, yeah, come on here. So I hear him stomping around upstairs, stomping whatever he's doing. He's probably gaming or something. And he comes all the way downstairs. Yeah, Dad. Hand me that controller right there real quick. I said, come on, man. Hand me the controller real quick. Dad, I tell you, sometimes I want to put you through the wall. You're like, I'll be crying. I'll be laughing. Like, look, you're big enough to do it. I said, but hand me a controller still, man. I want you to hand me a controller. Can't believe it. Can't believe that you did it. Just because. I mean, just put
I'm
my
not
eyes
gonna
on you
lie.
for a minute.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's irritating as shit. My dad used to do that shit, man. I hated that. This
Like I
is
said, I
this is what
haven't
I used
done
to
that
go
in a
through, man.
long time. But
Like
that was funny to
this
me.
what I,
I used to do that terrorism.
this the thing I used to go through was this is like one of the very few times when we was younger that we ended up getting like satellite. It was like direct TV,
Oh
right?
yeah. Okay.
We only had it for like a couple months. Bro. So my dad used to work like from 5 at night to 5 in the morning. Every time, well, sometimes it was alternate. But every time he came at 5 in the morning, bro, he will come and he'll hit me in my forehead just for me to get up. Now, mind you, I have school. Okay, I got school, and it's five
He
o'clock in the
clocked you in
morning.
the forehead.
Like with his hand, he'll go like bump, 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 right? Like you're knocking on the door. Hey, get your ass up. So I have to get up, walk into
Yo,
the living room to do this. TV power, direct TV power, channel 74.
just to turn on the direct TV.
Yeah. So when you do that to your son, I know that hatred that he feels. I know that. I know that burning anger that just builds up every time.
It's
But I
antagonist.
do the same
Yeah,
thing. Like
yeah. So,
I'd be like, Abby. She'll holler. I don't say nothing. She'll come out. What you want?
yep.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's all I say. Nothing.
It's the thing that dads do, man. And dads do. And
Oh,
yeah.
I got
Yeah.
a question. I got a good question. Even though this is a completely different subject, but I wanted to ask this last time. What's one thing when you was growing up, right,
Right.
that you hated, but nobody knew until you was grown? Have you ever had something like that?
Man.
Like something
No,
that you thought was normal?
I used to hate the clothes my mom used to buy me. My mom used to make me
That's
look
any
like a
kid.
stupid muppet.
That's any
No,
kid that.
no, dude, no. My mom used to put me in some clothes. I mean, that's why I hate the 70s so bad. I hate growing up in the 70s. My mom used to put me in these green corduroy things and all these her outfits that she would put me in. I think she was stuck in the fashions of the Japanese back in that time, thinking that that was hip and everything. But she put me in clothes. I think that's why it took me a long time to actually buy stuff for myself because of the fact that she traumatized me with the outfits she had for me. I'm telling you, she chose outfits that I was embarrassed. I mean, for not just a little bit. This went on for years and years and years. I was like, I hated it. I was like, people used to wonder what was wrong with me. I didn't have a voice. I couldn't tell. I can't stand these clothes. So that's the first thing that jumps out of my head.
Well, I can tell you mine. It was funny because I talked to my sister about this, like, I don't know, a few years ago. So, me and my sister birthdays are 4 days apart. 1 year and 4 days, right?
Okay.
So, I used to stay with them for a little while, right? And my little sister was like, "Hey, why don't we celebrate our birthdays like we used to when we was little?" That's when I finally told her. I said, I hated that every time, like, because we want the wealthiest family, so they
Yeah.
always combined our birthday. So I always celebrated my birthday on her birthday. Like, it
Oh
was never
man, I know
my
you
on.
hated that.
Bro, when I tell you that used to burn me up every time. I used to be like, why can't I just have my own birthday? I want my own birthday cake with my own toys. You know what I mean? Because after 4 days, who cares that it was my birthday? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Even though it won't. But I used to hate it. Every only thing I used to get was on our birthdays, it was your one official day off. You didn't have to do no chores. You
No
didn't have to
chores.
do nothing. You didn't get in trouble. You can do whatever. Well, of course, you can't burn the house down or nothing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
Understood.
if you can sit in that room and play the game all day, and nobody will say a word to you. That was awesome. Especially like on the days when we had to wash dishes. I used to love that. Like, it was a dishwashing day because we grew up with a house full of 10, so it was always a lot of dishes. Like, dishes would take like an hour and a half to get done. So,
Dang.
but yeah,
Oh, you
yeah,
got a big family
that
too,
was
though,
one.
right? You got a lot of people in your family. Yeah.
I used to hate that
Understood.
though. That was, oh man, that used to grind my gears, bro. Whew. And now I don't do nothing for my birthday.
You don't do nothing.
Now I
You
just
know
try.
what though? Hey, you don't do anything at all.
I don't.
No, it's amazing to
Mm-mm.
me how stuff we've done to the kids, man, that done to for us affects us all this time. It really does. That's why we got to be careful how we raise these young ladies, man, for real, because it's going to impact
Yeah,
them later on in life.
cause I've been. What I try to do now is I try to do stuff for, like, one thing I'll do for sure is if you ask me to take you to the store, more than likely I'm gonna take you. You know what I mean? I usually never say no. If you want to go to the store, come on, let's go. Or like right now, the little one is doing the driving part of her driver, like she just finished
Oh,
driver's
okay.
ed. So now,
Yeah.
man, let me tell you what happened yesterday, songs. Or the other day. So, trying to be charitable and say, hey, you want to go to your friend's house? Why don't you drive? So I got it to like a safe spot to take, right?
Yeah.
Everything was going. I never understand fears until they hit you in the face, bro. Because we went through this one part. So the first one was a right turn. She dropped. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie, everybody. She drives all right? So the first turn, she kind of took it sharp, right? So I was like,
Okay.
all right, I'm gonna
All
deduct some
right.
points because you're taking that turn too sharp, right? So we're going to this, we're riding, everything going smooth, songs, smooth sailing on my phone, playing games on my phone, you know.
You're not even paying
There's
attention.
another, I was
Oh
kind of,
no.
but there was
Okay.
another right turn, right? So this was an easier one, but there was a doozy there. There was a truck on the other lane waiting to turn left. And
Oh
I tried to tell her,
no.
I said, don't worry, you got the right turn. She went from slowing down to now she want to hurry and try to take this turn, bro. And she took that turn sharp. And I was like, mailbox, mailbox.
Oh
Bro, I
no.
thought she hit the mailbox, man. I was like, in that instant, you don't realize how fast the mind works until something like that happens. Because
Yeah.
from the time I thought we almost hit it, in my head I'm thinking, how the fuck am I going to explain this? How am I going to explain how she hit the mailbox?
You
Like,
already
come
jumped
on,
ahead to the police report.
man. Look, my heart dropped, man. Like it just instantly dropped. I was like, oh shit, mailbox. Oh shit, we missed it. We missed it. Let's just get on to the house. Let's get on to the house.
Wow, man.
But I'm not gonna
That's
lie,
funny.
man. Raising youngins is funny, man. There's some funny
It
youngins,
is.
man. They move
I'm
funny,
telling you.
and what gets me is when they think that they're pulling one over on you, and you just let them get away with it.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? You be
I
like,
know. Yep. You sit
I'd
there,
be
look
like,
at them. Mm,
my favorite, my
all right.
favorite thing is they feel just as fine at the night, everything's going fine, and then all of a sudden, like I have a horrible sleep schedule, so I can go to sleep at like 10 o'clock, and I'll be up at like 3 in the morning, right? So I'll go sleep, I'll wake up, I clearly hear you in the room playing the game. I hear you, right? You got to go to school the next day, and you ain't go to bed till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Can I stay home because I don't feel good? Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah.
I literally heard you. But sometimes I just be like, yeah, you don't feel good. I got you. Yeah, you can stay home. Let them feel like they got one over on you.
Nah, man. That's
But
funny.
yeah, man, that's wild though. But it's a lot of stuff you got to think about, man. When like me
You
going
do.
from raising girls to raising boys, I mean boys raising girls, crazy.
Oh, I know that's got
It's
to be
the
a
emotion
paradigm
part
shift
that's
for you.
hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it
The
is.
emotion
Because
part that's hard.
you have to get to the point where it's like, all right, I have to understand this because if not, I may cause a wedge, and and me being not sensitive enough, just because I don't want to deal with sensitive stuff, and to me, it's like I ain't got time for it. But sometimes you got to make time for it. I mean, you really do. You got to
No,
sit there and
I tell them if it's one of them situations, you gotta take that on with your mom.
oh
That
no,
ain't my
there's times
area of
I have to go.
expertise.
No, anything dealing with
Cause
feminine issues, no, that's mom's area. I don't even try to.
man, listen, songs. I get weird when people cry around me. I don't know what to do when somebody cries around me. I don't know what to do.
That's because you
Like
don't cry.
what exactly? So I have no idea what to do about it.
I think you got so
That's the thing.
traumatized as a kid, you don't even know how to show your own emotions, man. You'll be like,
Nah,
cheers, one of
man.
those.
Life
Oh
just
my
told
God.
Life told me just tears ain't gonna fix nothing. That's all I learned. Tears don't fix nothing. Cause like it was
Wow.
like it's funny because this is why I say crying. This is what I do in situations where somebody's about to cry. So Abby was making something with the air fryer and she burned herself and she was laughing. You know, like somebody laughing when they're hurting
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
trying not to cry.
Uh-huh.
What you think the first thing? What you think the first thing I said when I walked up? You ain't about to cry, are you? And as soon as I said that,
She started crying. She
she
lost it.
started crying, and I freak out, and I had to run to the store real quick to get all this stuff for burns and everything because
You
I
should have
made
just
this girl
shut your
cry.
mouth.
I
That's
felt
all
like
you had to
shit.
do is be quiet. Are you all right? Are you okay?
I'm I don't know, man. I just feel weird when people cry around me, man. That's all I know. I don't know how to
Yeah,
take
you're
it.
gonna have a fun journey ahead of you. You got a good journey ahead of you, man. It's gonna be funny with hearing these stories because this ain't gonna be it. You got,
Man,
the
listen,
way you
I
the
got
way
so
you
many
think,
of them, man.
or you say you speak before you think. Yeah, this ain't gonna be the only time we talk about it on this podcast.
I
I'm
do it all
telling
the
you.
time, man. Like, or like, so this is another thing. The hypersensitive one, right? So this is one thing I do. So everybody knows a dad thing is we don't holler, but we'll raise our voice. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you got
Yep.
my normal tone, and then I raise it when you know I'm serious. So
Exactly.
sometimes my nephew comes over here, right? And he calmed down a whole lot now, but when he was younger, he was super hyper. You know what I mean? Super fast. You get him.
Yeah.
He was a typical
Being a
boy.
kid.
You get him
Yep.
started.
All over the place.
So the one thing you got to do with him is he's a great kid, but you just got to stay on top. You know, you just got to be able to
Mhm.
just bring him
Hey,
back a
slow
couple
down.
gears.
Calm down. Yep.
Well, where her and the little one was playing and everything, I hit him with the hey. This girl almost cried because she thought I was hollering at her. She told her mom I'm hollering at her. I'm like, I didn't holler. I just raised my voice. Y'all didn't even know what I sound like when I holler. I don't even know what it sounds like. I ain't done it in
No,
so
I don't even
long.
know what that sounds like. Yeah. I can't
What
remember.
does
I
that
don't think
sound
you've
like?
ever raised your voice.
Mm-mm. It gets
Nope.
it gets more stern. Like my voice will just get up. It just get deeper and it's straight to the point. That's how it is. Like like now, like right now, you see how I'm talking. It got like a little ha ha behind it, but then when I'm
Yeah.
serious, there ain't no ha ha behind it. It's just
Nah. I
why?
don't even think you have
This
facial
is the
expression.
funniest thing.
Yeah, you're just like,
I remember I remember one time, dude at work. I was just messing around, but he walked up to me and he just asked me a question, right? And it was supposed to be a funny question. You know, like them funny, jokey questions, like trying to hit you, like trying to one up you. And all I did was look at him and said, now what part of that did you think was funny? But when I tell you that right there freaks people out. And all I do is I just get straight to the point. I was like, sorry, no, I'm just playing with you, man. I'm just playing. I
yeah,
won't serious.
yeah. They don't know how to take that. It's like, oh no, I
I do it
screwed
all.
up. I screwed up. That's funny,
I just
man.
like to be able. But yeah, that's the other thing I feel like these young kids they don't have control over is their emotions.
No,
That's
they're
what I
still
think is
growing, man.
the wildest
But
thing.
you know what's so
Nah,
bad is that you have
no,
hold on, because they're still growing, but you have parents that are not in control of their own emotions either, and so you have
yeah,
that compounded. You got two kids in the household, and they're both emotionally, highly emotional, and no one's being the grown up, and that's probably going to open up a can of worms. But I mean, then you just perpetuate that. Nobody knows how to tell them, be quiet, sit down, stop it. That's not correct. You're wrong. I don't care how you feel. Your feelings lie to you. Your feelings always lie to you. Sit down, be quiet.
yeah,
You know, this is how I feel. I don't care about how you feel. Your feelings will deceive you. Your feelings will lie to you. Your feelings will lead you straight to hell. Be quiet. Stop it. It's not about your feelings. Let's use some reasoning. Let's really look at this situation for a second and look at what if you let your emotions lead you, the damage you're gonna do.
yeah.
And then you don't got people sending them guidelines. That's one of the things I tell one of my daughters all the time. The biggest thing, you have to have balance. I don't care. You want to have fun all the time and everything like that, but you also have to be an adult. Okay. You have to have
Time
this
and
balance.
place.
Yeah, there's time and place for everything. And that's one thing that unfortunately, a lot of people they're not even taught that anymore. They don't think, no,
I
it's
ain't,
always big, you know.
I ain't gonna
Anyway,
lie. Be honest with you, this is a double standard. I don't think it's a problem for females to be emotional.
no,
I
it's
just feel
not.
like
I
it's
didn't
just
see it was a
a
problem.
dude. Oh, I about to say dudes. I don't think you should
Now, if
show
you,
emotion at all.
nah,
Now
nope.
with your
That's
homeboys, like if I'm chilling with you, Zones,
oh, you're talking
I
about
talk
tree.
to you about certain.
I'm your
Yeah,
tree.
or yeah, like I'll
I'm
tell
your
you certain
tree,
stuff
man.
because I done told you like the dirt you see me from my downfall all the way up to my rise.
Yeah, man.
Like I'm like a phoenix, man. You know what I mean? Burn or come back.
You're a phoenix. No, I think it should be. I mean, there's certain things that I'm only going to talk to my boys about. I'm not going to sit there and go, talk to ladies about stuff like that. I understand that.
And I
I
think
completely do.
that's the misconception these youngins have, is they think that they should express themselves, and the females are lying to them, telling them that they need to. Because I'm telling you, man, you need to be a rock. There's a reason why you need to be a rock, not like a rock, but you know what I mean, like the
Yeah,
rock
yeah.
of the relationship. You have to
No,
be
you need to be
stable.
strong.
When shit hits the
Yep.
fan,
You
you
need
got
to
to be
be
like
sure that you
them
get
boys
things
on the
straight enough.
Titanic that was playing the instruments. You know what I mean? Hey, the ship's going down. Let's play our last one, y'all. And they played that bad boy down. You know what I'm talking about? On the Titanic.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I do. I understand they have to be the one
Yo,
that's cool headed and stuff like that. And some people just don't have it. Other people do. So but I understand your point. I do. So, but
here go.
all right, man.
I know we've been going for a minute. This is my last question. Because I remember we talked about this one time. But for all
Yeah.
these youngins, is it me, or do you remember? I know this is a long time ago, Songs. I know. You might need to pull out your stone tablet to see when this was.
Oh,
But
dude.
I've been waiting to say that one. I've been waiting to
I'm
bring that up.
I'm sure that's all right.
But you know how they always say that basically dudes don't grow up till after they 30, when you really feel like you're fully mature. You never heard
No.
that?
Nope.
I feel like that. So you're not telling me that, because this is how I felt. I know I just got
I'm
into
upset.
30, but when I turned 30, man, it's like all of my experiences, everything I've been through was just consolidated, put in files,
Yeah.
and I learned from all my experiences. And it's like once you hit 30, your mindset changes instant. Like it was like the next day, my whole mindset changed. I knew what I want to do, how I was going to do it, what I'm about. Did that happen to you?
Okay.
Or you always been like that? Like think about when
No,
you
I think
turned
no, no,
30
I think
and you
no,
got
no, for real. I think that I don't know if we can put an age on it, but I think you wake up and it's just like, all right, things are different. And I don't know if it was in my 30s. I don't remember because, I'm that old man you keep calling me. But for
true
real,
that.
there comes a point, you wake up and you're like, all right, things are different. Everything that I've learned up to this point got me to where I'm at now. And now, instead of experience always teaching me, I got some wisdom now that I can go ahead and apply to my life, where I'm not making these stupid mistakes anymore. So I can feel that, whether it's 30 or not, I don't know. For you, I think it was 30. And I think that's valid for a
Yeah.
lot of people, because you wake up and it's like, bang. But that's a point, man, because a lot of people wake up and it's like something clicked and everything changes at that point. And from that point on, they're a completely different beast. You know what I mean? They're not doing the same old stuff. It's like that one scripture says, when I was a child, I did things like a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Bang, that moment happens. And that's cool that
And,
actually happened to you. You can pinpoint it.
and the funny reason why I brought that up was because it's like when we hit that stage, whatever age that is, it's like that's a good thing for us. But don't it seem like when the women hit that same wall is when they start panicking? Like they
I
realize
think that
they wasted their
No,
time with
no,
all
no.
this
I
other
think it's
stuff.
different because they hate, like, according to a lot of things. If you hear my dog, that's my dog running around here. Because and they say that women mature earlier, or at a younger age than men do. And then at a certain age, women start thinking about, because that's the age that they're starting to think about, hey, I'm not having kids yet, and I want to have kids, and I don't know what they call it
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that.
That's called
So I
panicking.
think that, yeah, panicking. We could say that. I don't know. Maybe we can have a woman who has their point of view, and they can leave it in the comments for us, so we can go ahead and get the right word for it. But it's one of those things that, okay, I think you're touching on different phases that people go through in life. They really do. Because young guys, yeah, we don't mature. We don't mature faster than some
Mm-mm.
women. No way. Women are more mature than us in a lot of ways. But then there comes a time when we kicking into gear, And then the same thing when women go through these phases, and next thing you know that they're panicking or they're going through menopause and those other physical changes that happen to them. I think we all go through it. So I don't know if I can correlate it right at 30. It happens for everybody, because that's not true. It doesn't.
I think it's 30.
So I know it because you experience
It's
it.
a,
All
it's
right,
like
I got a question
like
before we
remote.
close this out, man. I got a question before we close. Oh, go
Okay.
ahead and finish your point. Go ahead.
No, I didn't have nothing important. Trust me, it won't nothing important.
Okay. All right, here's a question, man. Whatever, man. Because you're always about zombies. So I thought about this question. I wrote this one down when I saw it. Okay. Now, this is one of those what if scenarios. And I knowing you're probably going to turn this around to be a stupid question. But what if everyone used to be zombies and then the human apocalypse happened and now we're all human?
That doesn't even make sense. It makes no sense. I'm sorry. I was so ready. I was so ready in there, but
I was like, this is a stupid question. I got to ask him because it's going to dumbfound. He's going to look up. Look, you can't. Your mind can't even comprehend the question. You're looking up like you're like, what in the world?
This is what I say. If it was a zombie community and there was a human apocalypse coming, then it sounds like we need to take out the humans. And if I'm a zombie and I don't eat people, I promise you, I will be one of the first zombies that start eating people. How about that?
Oh, here we go.
Because that's a full circle. It don't matter whether I'm a human or I'm a zombie.
Full circles.
Full circle, bro. Anyway,
full circle. And with that, man, and with that, we gotta close this one out. This episode out. Everybody, thank you very much for joining Optical Bros podcast. Appreciate it.
Make sure you hit the like, share, comment,
like, and share.
Hit us with some questions. If
especially
for some reason somebody wants to get on the podcast, if somebody wants to get on the podcast and hit us with some questions or want us to hit y'all with some questions, throw it in the comments. We'll see what we can get going.
Yeah, man.
All right, y'all. I'm Benny, self-identified Ananakian. I'm always going to end off with that.
Nice.
And y'all have a good night.
Be blessed, y'all.